Takes the snap, low snap, has to pick it up off the carpet. Now he's in trouble, and he's going to be brought down at the 40-yard line. It is a huge loss for Sherwood on the play.
Got to lose close to 10 yards on that play. It was a low snap. It was like a hot potato on the ground. He tried to pick it up, and by the time he did, he got washed ashore by a wave of orange. So third down and probably about 17.
And, you know, I've noticed a couple of times when they've had those low snaps, it seems like he keeps backing up as he's trying to get control of it. And it turns, you know, a 7-yard loss into a 10-yard loss, and a couple of times even bigger than that. It just does not seem, the football right now does not seem to be bouncing Sherwood's way. Anthony out of shotgun, Dixon at his side, 3 receivers wide to the near side, and I'll have to take that back as the pass goes incomplete. It was Rashad Davis lining up at quarterback, and Kenny Brown, a 9th grader, was lined up as the blocking back at his side. Dixon was out wide, in fact, on that play.
We got an injured player on the field.
Yeah, we have a Sherwood player, and I think he's rocking around and he's moving his legs, so I think he's just got his bell rung. But we'll take a quick timeout here as there is a timeout on the field. Timeout, it was Aaron Daniels, and he walked off under his own power, which was good to see. For just a moment there, Sonny, they were holding him down like they were going to call for a stretcher, and that really scared me, but I was glad to see he got up.
Yeah.
Sherwood punting, just a tiny bit of pressure. Kind of a short punt, and it's taken on the run and returned to the 38-yard line by the deep man for Westwood. And at the end of that, a big hit. Number 6, Vashon Gaines, a junior, is credited with a stop, and I did not see who to credit with the return.
Well, regardless, Wildcats have the football at their own 38-yard line.
Well, it's certainly been a Wildcat night here.
Oh, it has.
Didn't start off kind of right.
Started slow, but yeah.
Yeah, it really did. They did not get the jump out of the gate, to use a horse racing analogy, but they really cranked things up before it was over with. Westwood looking at a 1st and 10 as the clock cranks towards 8 minutes left to go in the contest. The replacement quarterback will take the snap and will hand off to one of his blocking backs. And it is Worsham, Chasen Worsham.
Yeah, he just ran over one of the Sherwood players, picked up about 5 on the play.
Looks like they've got Dylan Smith in there. Let me see if I can see that number again. Maybe not. I think Dylan just came out. It's probably Ralph Collins still in at quarterback. Number 19, Dylan wears number 14. I'm really messed up when they get these new numbers in here. It is Ralph Collins. Collins fakes the handoff to Chasen Worsham and will keep it himself and pick up maybe half a yard to a yard on the play.
Just a quarterback keeper straight up in the middle. Got a step over the line of scrimmage and was hit. 3rd down and 4 for the Wildcats. They're at their own 45-yard line.
4th quarter action. Your Cats are in the lead 43-0, and we are under 7 minutes left to go in the football game. Westwood taking a really, really long time, and even after they break the huddle and everybody comes up to the line of scrimmage, the tight end on the far side comes back and asks the question of Collins, the quarterback. Now he takes the snap and will hand off, I think, to Alex Bowden, rather, for Westwood. It looks like to me he got a 1st down.
Yeah, he needed about 4 or 5. He got about a yard beyond the line they needed to get to for the 1st down. The line of scrimmage now sitting right at midfield at the 50.
So 50 yards away from pay dirt, and Westwood taking their time about it. Now, I think at this point the Cats are just satisfied to run some plays. You know, you can't tell the young guys not to score, but if you're a coach, you can certainly call plays that give small gains.
Yeah.
You want them to run and work the best they can, but, just keep the ball on the ground, take up some time, and that's what they'll do. Chasing Worsham, but Worsham finds running room down inside the 40. It looks like they're going to mark it about the 37-yard line to me.
Good run there. Picked up another first down. He gained about 11 or 12 on the play.
About 12 yards on the play.
So, of course, it moves the chains as the clock continues to run down towards, we're at 5:22, so we're heading towards the 5-minute mark here in the contest.
All Westwood here in the second half. Sherwood has had very little offense and very little time with their offensive team on the field.
Westwood next week will travel to Woodbury to take on Flint River Academy. And if memory serves me correct, they are also Wildcats. So it will be a Wildcat battle in the backwoods of Woodbury. Hands it off to Chasen Worsham, who will drag defenders with him as he works his way down towards the 30-yard line. Looked like they drug him down about the 31, Sonny.
Kind of what you were telling me the last time you went to Woodbury, you were a Serb and they were the Croats?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they had plenty of room in the press box, but he told me I had to set up on the visitor side with no power.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, that was unacceptable. I'm sorry I'm whining about it, but,
not really nice.
When they came to Camilla, they were not treated that way. They were allowed to set up and plug in to the press box, so electricity. So, I mean, that's all I got to say about it. Dylan Smith carries the football, so we're going to be following Baconton next week, although that could be, I don't know what Flint River has, but if I had to pick a game next week out of the pitiful games that are, that would probably be the one that I would think would be the true game of the week. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to Flint River Academy because I'm not going to set up all my equipment that, by nature needs electricity to operate. And somehow, for some reason, penalty flags come up. Illegal procedure is going to be called against the Westwood Wildcats. So it didn't take you very long to pull that one out of me, did it, son?
Obviously, the Convention and Visitors Bureau is not in Woodbury.
Well, I have been there twice back in the 80s. Yeah. They couldn't have been better. They thought they were going to win that game. That was when Westwood actually went into the playoffs with a losing record. I can't remember. It was 1987, I remember now. And Allen was an assistant coach there. Mm-hmm. So that, and his dad, Graham, was Westwood's coach, so that may have had something to do. Westwood's going to be charged with another illegal procedure penalty. Yeah. So it's going to be 1st and 20. So anyway, they couldn't have been nicer, but that didn't work out several years ago when we went there for a playoff game. So going to Milledgeville, but like you say, I may never be heard from again once I enter the city limits there.
Got a couple of buildings up there named after you, right?
They may have papers. That's all I'm worried about. Buildings are fine. They may have papers. Westwood set to go, looking at a 1st and 20, and they're going to hand it off to Dylan Smith, and Smith is going to slash through the line of scrimmage down inside the 30, back towards the original line of scrimmage before those two penalties happened.
Yeah, he ripped off about a 10-yard run there, but since they had lost 10 on 2 penalties, that'll set up about a 2nd down and a little over 10.
We were talking about Ravenwood at halftime. Ravenwood actually played a basketball game in the early days against Brookwood at a gym at Southwestern. So they let me in and out of the gate. Yeah, they let me in and out of the gate there, so I figured I was okay. Westwood almost trapped in the backfield and will be brought down in the backfield. Chased down by 2 defenders. It was Chasen Worsham who was chased down in the backfield, so it's a loss on the play.
Going to lose about 3, bring up 3rd and about 13.
Kennedy.
Well, you see my confusion looking at the score. I see now that there are 3 dots on the left side of the score, and I looked real quick and thought it was 2 dots, so I was going, well, it's 0.11 hundredths of a second left a while ago.
So
but we are down. Yeah, there you go. We are down under a minute, so this one's coming close to the end. Dylan Smith carries the football for a big pickup for Westwood. Coming to a merciful end.
About a 7 or 8 yard gain, and it'll bring up 4th down, but clock is a run. We're at 21 seconds to go.
Well, at the speed they're going, I would think that they would get this play off, and that's going to be it. Collins looks to either side now, ready to go, takes the snap, and then drops the football, and is going to be tackled back for a loss at the 25-yard line. And actually, he does not cover it. The Eagles come up with it. They have the football with 5.9 seconds left to go in the football game.
Well, that play never really got off the ground. It was a snap to the quarterback back in his shotgun. He turned to his right, dropped the ball on the turf. There was a scramble for it, and Sherwood came up with it, but too little too late. Less than 6 seconds to go, and a 43-0 score.
They're sending Aaron Anthony and Rashad Davis both out, and so we'll let you know who's going to be the quarterback. I'm guessing just one final fling downfield to see if they could put some points on the board.
Yeah.
Now they're going to call a timeout, or Westwood calls a timeout. I'll just let them throw the ball and get it over with. Anyway, Westwood is going to take a timeout here. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Stewart County and Pelham tonight against Brooks will be in action against Stewart County next week. They'll be traveling to Stewart County next week. It's a pitch to number 24, Ryan Willis. Willis comes over to the near side and is tackled on the 20-yard line, and that's going to be the end of the football game. 43-0, the victory for the Westwood Wildcats.